Hey yo, what's goody all my beautiful people out there in the tube of the U with your boy J Nut over here at Hookah. And today I got a bowl review for all of you, but you already knew that from the title of the video. So anyhow, today we're going to be talking about the Goodfella Bowl V3, but we're kind of going to go through the evolution of the Goodfella Bowl best way that I can, okay? So before we get into the V3, I want to talk about the V1, Goodfella Bowl V1. This was a fantastic bowl. I had no complaints about it other than one tiny minute thing, and that was the inside of it being glazed. The only thing, or the reason why I dislike this, is because sometimes on some grommets, not so much the silicone grommets, but those mod grommets, I guess you can call them, sometimes when it gets hot, it would actually slip off of it and fall over. Now, this did happen with my Dashini Skyline, but thank the freaking Lord that nothing broke. Everything just kind of tipped over. Coals actually fell on the table, but not on the carpet, so that was awesome. It was a very lucky mishappen or whatever, but ever since then, I started using paper towel grommets on the V1, and I haven't had that issue at all. It holds excellent, so that is very, very awesome. But the things that I really liked about the V1 was the shallowness of the bowl. This holds about 15 to 20 grams. So that was awesome. That's perfect for me. That's exactly what I look for in a bowl. This retained heat pretty well, and it just smoked great. You know, I definitely got a full round of coals easy on there. If I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I could go 2 to 3 rounds, depending on the tobacco, but the bowl would definitely hold up to it. This was solid in color, but I actually like what happened after it got heated up and cracked like that. You can't even feel the cracks. This is all just basically looks. It doesn't affect the bowl at all. Like, seriously, you can't feel that, but it looks freaking awesome. So I just love this bowl. It's a classic. It's a little bit of nostalgia with me with this bowl because it's not available anymore. So I really, really love this bowl. I use it every now and then, but I don't use it too much because I don't want it to break, just because I love it. So that's the Goodfella V1. On to the Goodfella V2. I never got this in anything other than a glass, so unfortunately I can't go over the other version of it. But the Goodfella V2, here's what you got. Main differences is that this was a lot deeper than the V1. I want to say this holds about 25 to 30 grams of hookah tobacco. So that I really didn't like too much because I don't like bowls that carry a lot of tobacco. Just give me something that holds 20 grams at the most, and I'm good with that. That's why I love the Alien so much. But the Goodfella V2, I do know that the hand or the neck of the bowl, it did get wider in the clay version, I guess, or I don't know if it was clay or ceramic, but it did have a thicker neck, which I believe helped with heat retention. But other than that, the main takeaways from this is that it was just a deeper bowl. And this is a good bowl. I actually like this bowl for smoking Tangiers because, you know, you pack Tangiers down, you stuff it down, and it had a good amount of gap between the tobacco and where your coals or your Lotus would go. This also fits the Lotus extremely excellent. The V1 fit the Lotus great too, but the V2, I believe, fit the Lotus a lot better. And I think that might have been part of the focus on creating the V2. But this was an excellent bowl. It's definitely the one I use the least of the two. But it's a good bowl, and I don't believe this is available anymore. And like I said, I was only able to get the glass version. I wasn't able to get the ceramic or clay version. So now that brings us on to the main star of the show, and that's the Goodfella Bowl V3. To me, with the V3, they just took the best of the V1 and the V2 and smashed them together, and this was the baby they came up with. So you have that thickness in the neck. I believe the diameter in this was like 2 and 3/4 inches. The V2 was 3 inches. This one diameter shrunk just a tad bit, so this is just right under 3 inches. The spire has always been wide in all of them, so that's awesome. This one's about like a nickel almost in circumference. But the thing that they took from the V1 was the shallowness of the bowl. This holds anywhere from 20 to 25 grams. So that's excellent. You have that variant. You can go a little heavy if you want, or you can stay at that 20, but definitely 20 to 25 here. So that's good. You have the thickness in the neck, which, like I said, I believe that has to do with heat retention. And this retains heat very well, so your tobacco should be evenly heated but not overheated. This is made out of clay, and the thing that I hated about the V1 that I love about this, it's not glazed on the inside, so you don't really have to worry about this sliding up and falling off. But this is overall just a great bowl. It works excellent with the Lotus. Like I mentioned, it holds about 20 to 25 grams. On average, I usually get about 22 grams when I've packed this up and weighed it on my scale. It's averaged at about 22 grams. So that's awesome. You're saving on shisha to an extent, but you're not overusing it. You're not really wasting it out. So I love this bowl. I think it smokes excellent with Tangiers and all flavors, really. And yeah, that's the V3. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up now and show you some smoke clouds and maybe talk a little bit more about the evolution of the three and tell you which one I actually like best out of all three. So hang on and we'll be right back. Time out. All right, so I got this loaded up. It's a trifecta and pure mix. Won't get into the flavors because it's not important. But I just got some HD aluminum foil on there. Decided not to go with the Lotus. And 3 coconut Dashini flat coals on there. Smoking out of my favorite violin chiller. Equipped with the Ashika Mammoth hose. And I'm just getting excellent, smooth smoke. It's a nice draw. You got that wide open spire, so you're not going to be bothered by any additional restrictions other than what your hookah's already equipped with or whatever. Like I said, it's a nice, clean, smooth draw. I'm getting good flavor and everything. Definitely getting evenly distributed heat. Even though I'm not using the Lotus, I think this bowl does an excellent job on heating up all the aspects of the tobacco in the bowl, really baking it. And it definitely, being made out of clay has an effect on that, and you'll get a little bit better experience smoking with the clay bowl, in my personal opinion. Of the 3 bowls, I would have to say that smokability-wise, this is going to be my favorite because it does take the best of these 2 bowls. But for nostalgia purposes, and especially a rarity of this since you can't get it anymore, this is definitely my favorite Goodfella bowl, the V1, just because I really like the colorway. It's got that Hookah Cartel colorway, and it's really beautiful, and I like that cracking on there. Like, that's very unique, and it just looks really dope. But as far as smokability, this bowl definitely has the best of the 2 combined. So expect a great experience, a great session when you are smoking out of it. If you enjoyed the V1 and the V2, you're definitely going to love the V3. It's going to be even better than both of those bowls. For the most part, a bowl's a bowl, though. It's gonna, as long as it does its job, I mean, you're gonna have a good session. But if you're really into your bowls and bowl selection, I think you're gonna really enjoy the Goodfella V3. Like I said, it works excellent with the Lotus. It fits it perfectly. I have only tested it on mine, but from other reviews and other feedback that I've received, everybody else pretty much has a really good experience with the Lotus on their Goodfella V3. Now, I know the previous manufacturers or creators of the Goodfella bowls, the people that made these, is different than who makes it now. So it is made by a whole different person now, but it's awesome. It's exceptionally awesome. So thumbs up to 5-star for being able to continue to deliver on the Goodfella bowl. So that brings me to, if you want to purchase this bowl, it is available over at 5starhookah.com. Big shout out to Alex and Mary, always holding it down for your boy. And if you want to get an additional discount, 15% off of anything not on sale, just type in my discount code. It's located in my description below. So do a little reading. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up the review. So if you had any more questions that I might have not covered in this video, leave it in the comments below and I'll definitely try to answer them as soon as possible. Other than that, I'm just going to enjoy my session and hope you enjoy the review. Please give this a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you enjoyed the energy, if you enjoyed everything about this channel, give this video a thumbs up because truly it does help me out. So I know this is dragged on a little bit, but we did go over 3 Goodfella bowls. So we kind of went over the evolution of the Goodfella bowl. So from V1, V2 to V3. So I hope you enjoyed that aspect of the review as well. Other than that, that's going to do it. So deuces, and I'm going to take you out properly.